My watch winder arrived, but for some reason it's like pink. I ordered an orange one.
I think it looks nice. It's like,
and I got a pink one. So because it's an automatic watch, it spins to keep it like that. Oh crap! Okay, that's kind of how it works. I'm gonna plug it in over there in a minute.
Why not now?
Oh,
no!
Okay, let's put that on the table. Okay, it's fine now. Anyway, it is time for Inferno between Luminosity and Complexity. So we will see if there is some redemption for Complexity on this map. They came close on train. It's early days. They've had Slemmy. Who knows how long he's going to be a stand-in for. But they couldn't get close enough, unfortunately, for them. Will they do one better on Inferno? Only time will tell. How do you guys feel about this?
I mean, all things considered, they did really well. Considering that Slemmy was standing in, definitely had a hard time.
Yeah.
And it's such a great map for Luminosity. So, I don't know. I think it's just hard to imagine a world where Luminosity lose a map against Complexity here just because they're just they are a team, they're a unit, and these are very basic maps that they're good on. I mean, it's pretty simple, I think.
Yeah, it looked like in like weird scenarios, Complexity like won chaotic situations, but aim battles, Luminosity was winning. And I think on Inferno, they're going to be able to control that a little bit more than what we saw in Train. And that's why I still have Luminosity taking this map.
Okay, I think you have to favor the full team versus the team with an in-game leader stand-in. But maybe F&S left them with enough structure that Slemmy can just pick up where he left off and maybe add a thing or two here or there. The pop flash was nice in the pistol round on Train on their CT side, but ultimately it wasn't enough. Maybe it will be enough on Inferno.
I actually feel like Luminosity's T side is going to be pretty good. I think that's going to be the scary part of this matchup. I think that's where things will fall apart for Complexity. That's kind of how I feel. And it's kind of due to the fact that if Yao does want to pick up the AWP, he's pretty good at finding picks around the map with it. Having Cello and Nekis, they're actually really good at creating openings with the rifles in the very key spots in this map. So I'm confident for Luminosity, but we're actually starting off on Luminosity playing the CT side, so we'll have to see how this goes. We will take the pistol. They're going to walk down middle. Oh dear. Oh no. It's gone wrong. It's gone wrong. Abort, abort. I have to say, Inferno's CT pistol feels very stressful for me because I feel like if you let the T's get too close, you don't have a pick, and you feel like you want to go and try and get a pick before they get close, and then you lose a player. The stress just starts to mount because you don't know where they're going to go.
The swarming T's are very hard to deal with on Inferno.
Nekis needs to get these one-taps. It's really the only way.
That's a bad smoke.
It is a bad smoke. And look at this massive flank coming as well at the same time. And we'll see Nekis repositioning towards the construction position. So there is positionally not looking too bad here for Luminosity, using the numbers to try to batter down the defense of Complexity. So far, not so good. Slemmy, with that Glock of his, able to slap down the Luminosity players, and that'll be the round going to them. The T pistol is Complexities.
Marvelous.
Yeah, really good presence of mind by Slemmy and Def. You know, retain the two people in Banana while taking the site because they realized the site was for free, so they were able to retain like a bait setup post plan.
It's so nice when you're against an eco and you've got a scout top banana. Top mid. It's so good. It's just, you could just go wild, man. Got a good 10 seconds of going wild as Yell is. Nekis will do something better before that smoke goes down onto the short position. Second attempt to get onto the pallet, and he's got a gap with which to play with, to toy with. Can he stop the scout getting into the hands of the T's? He won't need to because they're moving towards the B-bomb site, and very quickly indeed.
Yeah, they're deciding to burst through the smoke. They care not for your smokes. Cello down into the smoke will find himself at the mercy of Slemmy and his UMP, and the round will likely be taken by Complexity at this point, because if we weigh up the prospects for Luminosity, they only have a CZ and a scout and no kit at all, so not looking fun for them. Not looking fun for them.
They looked very fortunate to exit that scenario with those trades. But yeah, I guess that is the one benefit, though, of having teams that just stick together and will jump through that smoke together, right? You don't want to, like, put one foot in, have, like, one guy jump through that smoke, die, and then you're like, oh, I gotta go trade now, and then you go in.
Yeah.
It's very good that they all went through together.
And I like that they understand that Inferno, there's a lot of spots where you do need to burst through smokes.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like it doesn't happen quite enough. And I think it mean that sort of deep banana smoke, I think that's often respected a bit too much. I think it's fine to respect it, but I think you need to create the question for the CTs that you're a team that will sometimes jump through that. So obviously with the pop flash, you want to make it as safe as you can, but still. And that's really good to see. So looking forward to seeing how the T side is going to pan out here. It can be, I mean, it's going to be tough for Slemmy, right? To try to like, call on the fly here.
Inferno is definitely a little bit easier than Train, though. So I was impressed with how many rounds they were able to get on Train, because it is an extremely hard map to call on the fly.
You would imagine that surely someone else on the team, perhaps Peter, who is quite a vocal player, is definitely assisting quite a lot in the calling here.
Oh! I saw the headshots in my mind's eye, but I was denied. I was denied. Why are you looking at me?
Because you made a pun.
PKL is alone. He's in second mid. What is there for PKL to collect? A flashbang. And an MP7. I like me some MP7.
It's my go-to usually, actually. I feel like it's just so versatile, very reliable, good rate of fire, good move, good on the move.
Won't do the job on this occasion. So Complexity win the pistol and they prevail afterwards, but it's by time. Luminosity will not have Yell on the AWP, and I reach for the same argument I had earlier. Yeah. You start your buy round, Yell doesn't have an AWP. Why? You should always have an AWP, in my opinion, because he's so good with it, he's so strong with it, he can turn the tide of a round.
I think as well, you know, it's when you have a situation where your utility sucks, to even have an AWP with no armor, I think it can be a saving grace actually in those spots. If with what you lack in utility, you can kind of make up with an AWP sometimes, and you can also play a style where you leave it so that if everything goes wrong, you can save the AWP anyway, like regardless. So we'll see if Luminosity can do this. So they're going to re-smoke top mid. Complexity do look pretty intent on pushing this soon. And there it is, straight through the smoke again. And with the pop flash, Yell doesn't know what to shoot. He's so blind. And that's a great entrance.
Oh, it has to be getting pretty frustrating for Luminosity, right? Because Complexity is just coming through these smokes and winning the trade battles.
Yeah.
What can you do? What can be done? Yay takes it from bad to worse for the likes of Luminosity. Cello and Showtime maybe looking at a 0-5 scoreline in this situation. Def creeping towards Banana. There is a trade from Peter. The bomb's been spotted though. See if Cello can get there in time to do some damage. Faking a rotation because he believes there's a flanker. Maybe Def was heard earlier on, so he won't go for it. But if he knew someone was Banana, it was 1 versus 2 on A, and no one else has any money anyway, but he won't choose to gamble. See what he can do in the next round. The loss bonus is rising, so they can have a half buy around this M4A4. We will see what we will see.
Your watch is off center, James.
That's fine.
Need to tighten it up. Tighten it up.
My watch is now rotating behind Dan's head. It's rotating, it's charging the mainspring. Marvelous. Time will keep ticking. Oh, that's unfortunate. for Luminosity. It's great for Complexity.
James is like clasping his hands while he's saying marvelous. It's like he has an evil plan with his watch.
He's trying out cats as well, I hear. You know, so he has an evil cat which he can stroke.
It is kind of. No, it's not the same cat. But it's a gorgeous, expensive cat. So
yeah, you need to have it's like long hair ones, isn't it? That.
Yeah, Sue has the long hair cats.
That's the evil sinister cats.
I have the Russian blues. Well, the European Russian blues are better than the American Russian blues.
Ones that
So here is the half buy. No rifles saved by Luminosity in that round. They were hunted. They were exterminated. So
I can see Luminosity doing the smoke strats. And this is funny because this really punishes a team that is doing what Complexity is doing, which is just not doing anything. They're not pressuring anything. They have Slemmy on a Mac 10. Slemmy can go somewhere and try to get something to happen. Try to force out a smoke or two. That could be one of the things that he's able to do with that Mac 10. Because, I mean, okay, they have been good at jumping through smokes. So we'll see how that it actually goes. But right now they're sort of playing into Luminosity's game plan. And there's a well-timed smoke number 1. There are still 3 remaining for Luminosity and rotation potential from the player on Arch, Yell.
38 seconds and look at these smokes. This is surely going to be carnage. Oh, Cello, was he blind? I don't know how he missed the mark. What happened there?
Failure.
That had to be their round. He was so close to the flashbangs. He was trying to avoid everything. Complexity's push maybe left something to be desired there.
Dan loves this right now, just jumping through smokes and just winning rounds.
I was actually really happy about that actually, because again, like, it's the way they were playing it, it can lead to disaster if the team is afraid of smokes, but they're not afraid of smokes. And as you said, like, they actually have the confidence to just play through it almost as though it's not there. And that makes so much of a difference in the timings. And this is like another good basic that worked out when they pushed the top mid smoke too. They just generally have good spacing. Yeah. And this is a really important concept, a part of your CS basics. Although, Cello should have gotten probably 2 kills.
Yeah. I feel like I've thought that a couple times now. It's just unfortunate.
It's pretty rough. Where is Redemption? Maybe Redemption is found in the hands of Yell in the form of a big green gun, which may or may not be green. We'll see. Okay, well, this is not a good start to banana control. Oh my god, yeah, it's... Oh, there we go. He's very dead. Okay, so you're down 3v5 with 1.5 minutes on Inferno. You're walking into a porch setup. This is not a fun time right now for Complexity.
Oh dear, what's going on here? Peter trying to create some space. He still has the bomb. Does he go to A? Does he go to B? They have hurt him, surely. They have. And Nikiz puts a stop to this.
I feel like throwing Molotovs into smokes, the way Cello just did, just like, it's like you're just making it rain. You're just throwing money away, you know? Just, I don't need this. Our economy's fine.
5-1. Can Complexity reset? Can Luminosity stabilize? Many questions to be answered. Luminosity well equipped with grenades. Initial harassment from Complexity. I wonder when it was we last saw Slemmy play a game.
Probably before FNS joined. Was there anyone that took FNS? Like, whose place did FNS take? Was it directly Slemmy to FNS?
No, I think FNS was only a recent addition, but Slemmy's been gone for a while.
Mm.
Yeah, FNS has been a free agent since CLG, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that big twit longer from his...
These guys are just killing it coming through these smokes.
Yeah, they really are.
The flashes are spot on, though. That's why they're able to do it.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I will say it in my own fashion, Dan. You can say ain't. I will say if it is not. I'm researching Slemmy, so Dan has to talk.
Okay, well, this is pretty awkward. So much fire through smokes, but the entries will follow for Complexity. 2v2 after plan, actually. This is not a bad look for Complexity, and if they're to win this round, Luminosity will be in an awful position, a terrible position on the economy, but Yell's able to get the first pick, but what do you expect from an AWP? Peter. Oh, this is really awkward, actually, going back to the bomb site with the AWP here. Peter has to be very quick. Oh, he's fortunate. PKL looking the wrong way. Now that enables him to go back into the bomb site, to reposition, to reset, and play the time. Be very careful here. How much can Peter do? Oh, the snap comes in with the P250.
Dude.
A very fortunate save at the end, very fortuitous. And that is the reset round.
Slemmy last played a game in November.
November was a while ago.
It was indeed, it was 5 months ago.
Oh, damn.
That's a great shot with the P250.
Not
I
recent.
respect that.
Not recent, James.
Not recent at all, no.
He's playing pretty well.
See how long he stays around for. Neck is down to the CZ. I think at least 2 players had just shy of $3,000 at the after the buy in the previous round for Luminosity, so they are able to spread the money somewhat for this round.
Somewhat. Is that a thing you're going to do now?
On occasion.
Why?
You're gonna do the
I am a man of flamboyance and panache. Follow me on my pilgrimage to awesomeness.
It's only a pilgrimage.
What did you say, Dan?
I said,
Shut up.
I said, is it only a pilgrimage?
Shut up, Dan.
Well, it's an awkward spot for Luminosity. They're running out of utility here. There's a smoke, but we know that smokes basically don't do anything in this game for the for Luminosity. So it's it may not be impactful. We'll see. Complexity do actually turn back, but not because of the smoke.
Definitely not because of the smoke.
Right?
It's just they don't want to go there, Ellie. Oh, they're like, this smoke looks better. Let's go through it.
Yeah. Down they go. Oh, that's fortunate that smoke ran out at the same time as they were moving through it.
Oh, they are so ill-equipped on this site as well. Mechas, can he play the timer? They flashed themselves. Complexity almost gets 2 out of it, but now it's free reign and Luminosity go for the insta-save on the B bomb side. This is not looking great for Luminosity. Their defenses are being breached.
That was a B hop.
That was, yeah.
He B hop like 7 hops.
Was that? Whoa. Let's get a replay on that if we can.
Gustavo with the B hops.
I do like how Complexity played around it. Like, I do enjoy sometimes when a team takes it very, very slow, when they understand their opponent's economy is not great and that the utility will be weak, especially on Inferno, because sometimes teams go a little bit too ham and they baited out enough utility, and then Luminosity are just sitting in sight, praying. And we could see Complexity. They walked as 5 just into the bomb site. That's actually quite cool to see them go for that. And we see that their spacing is already quite strong. And for those of you that may have just joined us or could it be misinterpreting, we're not making fun of them for walking through smokes. It's kind of the opposite, actually.
That was really awesome.
Nice.
Sexy.
That was smooth.
That was. Did you see Lasky hit like 11 or 12 B hops in an FPL game?
Oh my god.
It's so nice. It was across teammate cash.
It feels like when you get the B-hops, you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
Just see where it takes you. So it's a journey.
Keep on trucking.
Now this is interesting. Sitting in the apps. Complexity have not really been spamming it, so Luminosity have decided that this is an opportunity to be used. Oh, that's a nice one.
Yo.
That's interesting, but is it necessary in the face of, you know, being able to spam? It's a good question, but it looks like the trades will work out well for the CTs.
Will it continue that way, though? Are they going to wrap? Seems like they might. Cutting the noise, but Neckers may have been close enough to hear, but what can the CTs do about it? 3 of them out of position. Yell, they are asking a lot of him, creeping around the smoke, but how long does he stand his ground? Def is waiting for it, but doesn't. Oh, okay, just about hits the mark. That was a lot of bullets. Neckers is slowly creeping, but he's only got USP. Ding! There's a dong. Slemmy will trade. Now it's time to speed up. Can't hang around with the bomb on his own. Needs to move forward. Smoke on the front of the site. Surely that's from his teammate, but he seemed confused about it.
Okay, this is so awkward. Oh my god. Oh, the timing is so unbelievable.
Oh my!
Oh, the trade comes out, And Slemmy barely makes it around the corner in time. Slemmy in the 1v1 against Cello. But I hope that Rust is looking a bit better. The WD-40 is being applied. And that Slemmy is going to be looking good in this clutch. Cello working his way around. He has a lot of ground to cover to actually find Slemmy. Is he going to go try to stick this? He has no kit. Slemmy's just holding position right now. He's going for the full 10-second hold. Slemmy, you got to go for it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. He's not happy with that.
The 10-second defuse.
There are so many ways to win that round, and that was not. Definitely not one of them.
I know that was not one of them.
Yep. I'm just like, I don't know how to politely say that was. But we can give him, obviously, the benefit of the doubt. Last game played in November. Professionally. That stuff's going to happen. That stuff is absolutely going to happen if you're Rusty.
It's a gamble, man. It's always a gamble. You never know what the truth is.
Yeah.
It's like who wants to be a millionaire, but there's only 2 questions. Is it A or is it B? I'm afraid that's the wrong answer.
Just use 50-50, James.
I'm afraid that's the wrong answer.
So they have banana control very easily, actually. Luminosity playing just conserving a lot of grenades, in fact, not wanting to use them, invest them, and taking away map control from Complexity. Complexity now developing towards top middle as well. The arch smoke deployed by Android as they look to move into the apartments, which is clear. So I see some kind of grenades here from Luminosity. Are they interested in fighting for top mid, though? Complexity have given up banana, but that's something Luminosity are making an information play and now finding out right now. And now they rotate. I believe it's going to be Cello. He's rotating through Speedway right now.
Wide peek from Slemmy will at least force Yell back, but they're all stuck here. 27 seconds, and they will quietly smoke off the position. The Molotov to stop one angle, but Yell will force his way forward, but he will not get anything out of it. And Cello's, it's down to him to stop the bomb from going down. 15 seconds, but down goes Cello, leaving Showtime. Quickly pacing up Speedway, 1 versus 2. At this point, he can assume one person is still on the site. Now he sees the trajectory. He has a lot of the information, not all of it, but can he hit there fast enough for the trade frag? There for the crouch, the stand, the frag, the kill, the round. 8-2.
That really strong Molotov in library right there.
Yeah.
Like it forced Yell to kind of like have to almost take a step into it, and it punished him. That's actually what caused him to die.
Yeah, it's a really interesting spot, isn't it? Because you kind of want him to almost go 1 for 1 there.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually kind of okay. It's a really marginal spot. It's hard to really call that.
I think if he knew how many people were on Arch, maybe he would just hold the angle for a cross, but how could he know? How could he know?
Yeah, that's what Counter-Strike, that's what I guess any sport at the top level is about. It's about creating really hard decisions for your opponents where it's very unclear what the best call is. And in that indecision, you create also issues for their performance in whichever option they choose, unless they're just godlike, which is where the true pros really shine. Slemmy lining up by the trellis, an arch smoke. Only see Zeds for Luminosity. Complexity, though, they are having a hell of a game. A really strong T side so far. And I felt like Luminosity's T side would overwhelm Complexity. They may not even get to play one at this rate.
Yeah, it might be like a pistol over kind of thing.
So it's getting there for sure. And Android does have the Mac 10. He can run in first, draw some fire, have some fun. That's going to be Slemmy, though. Looking for it. Nicely done, Slemmy.
Ooh.
Entry connoisseur.
That was snappy.
He's been on the free-for-all DMs, man. Looking like round number 9 for Complexity. Is there a way back into this half for Luminosity? Because 2 rounds simply is not enough.
Yeah, nothing really has gone too well for Luminosity. It's interesting because a lot of the earlier critical rounds, it felt like they were just kind of caught off guard by the way Complexity decided to play certain spots. And Complexity played it very together too, so
Yeah, and opening up games like that makes you a little spooked. Like, at that point, like you said earlier, you don't know what Complexity is capable of right now. Like, you throw a smoke, and you don't tell your teammate to rotate anymore. You tell them to stay.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like, you know, you smoke the bottom of a banana, and you're like, okay, let's gamble 4A. Can't really do that at this point in the match.
It's kind of, it is interesting when you sort of are in against an opponent where you have to kind of double, like, question the norms. It's very interesting, especially when a game like this is all down to positioning and rotations. It makes it very interesting. And also this is starting to snowball a bit. I feel like Inferno is a bit snowbally, so
yeah.
Complexity working on a very nice snowball right now.
On this eco, James, you know what I was thinking? I mean, you already have done it for quite a few maps, but the Bardoff Molotov, you need to make it only post plants. Like,
only post plants?
Yeah, so like, you're in a one-on-one construction. You have a Molotov. You're in banana with the bomb, right?
Oh, I see.
You know the molly for default, or first oranges. Or you're in construction, you know the molly over the wall. Those are the Bardoff Molotovs. Overpass, you plant default B. What are the Molotovs, James?
Default B, right? Default B, and then rotate to A, and then throw it over the top.
Oof. That would be the Bardoff Molotov.
Next level.
Is that even possible, you think? There's no way.
Well, I mean,
there's no way.
I think probably the travel distance is probably too far from Molotov.
Yeah.
But most certainly you can throw support flashbangs.
What if you're being like you did it during a run boost? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm trying to find a way to make it work for you, James. Okay.
Dan, why are we run boosting in a 2-on-1?
Hey, mate.
from the other bomb site.
At least the Molotov would fly faster, maybe.
Just like, you know, get that.
Maybe they can watch it fly past. Just be like, what on earth is going on? You confuse him so much that Molotov doesn't even need to land. Their brains will just explode. Isn't the bomb planted right in front of me? Why is this Molotov flying over the bridge?
Innovation, that's what I call it.
Luminosity looking for round number 3. And we're in round number 13. Straight execute into the site. We see the smoke from the CT side, but do Complexity care? Doesn't look like it. Here they come. Lining up for Cello, who falls back, and Showtime will take the L. Cello creating some space. Again, they're huddling together. PKO, is it his turn to run through the smoke? He need not. He'll get the kill anyway. 3 versus 2, and the bomb's not even down yet.
And PKL picking a very good angle there. But the 2v3 after plant definitely can't count out Complexity. Peter on the AWP. This is one of the maybe the strongest spots to have an AWP on the map like this. After plant, you're defending on the B-bomb site. So Peter, all the pressure's really on him. Stemi will do what he can, but it's not too much against the 2 players pushing his position. Now Peter is in so much trouble. They don't have any incendiaries though, but if he hits his shots, he might be fine. Oh, that's a stunning shot from Peter. Can't connect the next one, and he won't get a chance to pull the trigger once more. That will be the defuse and the rounds for Luminosity, and they sorely need rounds.
Man, Complexity just makes me want to jump through smokes. Like, honestly, it worked again. It just keeps working.
Sean's mind is blown. They rewrite the book of Counter-Strike.
I mean, I just think it's because their flashes are so good on the other side of the smoke that you can't play like right behind it. So then it's like, what's the point of the smoke even being there at that point?
It's crazy, man. It is crazy. They get a much-needed 3rd round on the board. Can they do a 4th? Can they do a 5th? They're still mining for Complexity. There's still buys. Now they're going through Molotovs. Their flashes here again. But yeah, you will get absolutely bodied, and no one is close enough to help him out there. The Molotovs will be exchanged longer on Banana. Maybe Complexity will have to give it up for now.
And pushing at the top mid smoke. Pushing into the A site. It's the last attempt here in this round to try to find success. Peter and Android doing some great damage, spinning around. PKL causing havoc from the balcony, eventually taken down, and the bomb plant now available to Complexity. However, they may not understand that they are being pushed from behind and at a quicker pace than they could possibly anticipate. Showtime could shut it down if he gets a good angle, which it looks like he can't quite get an angle to Def, and he gets spotted out. That is beautiful play from Complexity.
Stereo frags.
I love the way their spacing is.
Yeah, the
you mentioned this
spacing's so
earlier.
good.
When they ran up short, they're just so compact at these trades. They're getting all of the trades.
Wow. That is so tight.
Yeah. It's very difficult to multi-kill something like that. Like there's always a guy just swiveling to kill you after you take a shot.
Maybe like I'm not sure like where this sort of smoke pushing style came from, but whoever's idea, maybe they just approached Complexity like, guys, you don't understand. There is no smoke. Like the scene from the Matrix. I
just
think
imagine like 10 guy meme. Have you seen the 10 guy meme?
No.
The stoner dude, like, wait. Just like looks like completely blasted.
There is no smoke. Don't understand.
Last round, 5 CZs. Got off to a good start. Kill from Yell. No weapon collected, perhaps disposed of. 2 focusing on A, 2 focusing on B. There is a flash on Nekiz. He could do something towards the A site, especially with Yell hiding in the corner. Complexity, how do they get around this corner? They have 2 flashes of their own. They've got some Molotovs as well, but it seems like a dry peek, and I don't recommend it. Lining up together. Cello with a nasty frag there. Now comes a grenade, but it's heading towards CT. The headshots will prevail, though. The numbers game may be too great for the time being. And what can Yell do with this? Does he go for a play through the smoke? Does he catch somebody off guard? They will re-smoke CT. He makes his play. No one's spotting him. No one's covering. And there's no trade. Yell, that's 3 kills for him so far. Android on his own. 1 versus 3. Yell with the 4K. That is ridiculous.
Wow. That's an anomalous result right there. That's like, that is crazy. I'll just pulls this out of nowhere. Look how it's like the last bullets for that kill that we just missed there to get the kill off the CZ. That's insane. Wow. Yeah, I was going to give him some hope. Going to give him some hope now on this T side. And again, I think they can have a good, strong T side. I'm just still happy that Complexity has shown us something that they're like, yo, look, we're actually really good at this.
They're embracing it.
Yeah, this part of Counter-Strike, this is what we're really good at. And so it's really encouraging for me to see that. Yeah. It's a good basic to be able to build from. Yeah. So definitely a team to look out for. Such a stark contrast to Train also. Luminosity encroaching upon top mids. Peter and Ye. Well, now Peter isolated. This is scary. Peter can't get anything. Can Ye get something here? No, he gets dinked and taken down.
Hello. Goodbye. That was the bomb. But Cello played the patient game, got a free kill. And now it's down to Android to try and hold things down towards A. 3 players all top mid. And Android, he's a very good player for Complexity, but has he got it in him to bring this one back? It seems like he might do. And he does. Flashbang comes very late, but not needed. Android is a beast.
Nicely done.
Press some footwork there, dancing around the box, getting those one-on-ones. Not overcommitting wide. Never was there 2 guys on that screen.
Replay guy having some fun there. I like the slow down there on the penultimate kill. The artistry. That's an artist right there. It's an artist. Maybe I shouldn't call him replay guy. He has a name. Credit where credit's due.
So rude, Dan. You really need to learn,
I apologize,
learn
Eamon.
some manners.
Please forgive me. The fantastic replay work by Eamon, also known as Caused. Hashtag UKCS. Hashtag blessed. I don't know. I feel like that's what the kids do.
Faith Lord 420.
Faith Lord what? Faith Lord 420. What are you on about?
I don't know.
You just say things. They just happen upon you, don't they? Well, Luminosity happening upon an arch push. Android was spotted out. Doesn't have to necessarily go too committed on the peak. He will get taken down by the drive-by deagle of Yell, and as now Peter repositions with the MP9. This is a little bit scary right now, but the SMG seems to be battling pretty effectively. This round is doing a lot of damage.
Ye must prevail. He must kill, and he will. It's the only full health player for Complexity. Now, Yell might be in a position to, well, if he went top mid, to take out Ye for free. But oh wait, there's 15 seconds left. Never mind. He can try to hold on to this. But that's all he can do at this point. All he can be expected to do. Round number 13 coming the way of Complexity.
A really good situational awareness right there by Def. He rotated spawn to help out PTR, got that kill. He left Yell in spawn and went back to help out Slimmy. And if it wasn't for that, I think Slimmy collapses in the site, and the round might pan out a little bit differently. So that was really cool by Def. Good stuff.
Wow.
What a lad, as James would say.
This is a rough game of Inferno for Luminosity.
Was this Complexity's best map before Slimmy jumped in? Would you say? Do you have an opinion?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I would say yes. Yeah, all right on Cash. I'm not sure if actually that version of Complexity played a lot of Cash. I think they did though. But yeah, they were good on Inferno. I would say it was probably the best map.
Okay. So we're just gonna say just factually this is their best map. That's what I learned.
It is now a fact.
Factually, this is a fact. I've heard enough information. This is now a fact.
There goes the M4, and there goes the M4 again. Round number 3. Can you get the teddy bear out of the claw machine?
The claw machine. The claw machine. I actually don't know what they're called.
I think it might be called a claw machine. Or a claw game.
Any idea, Sean?
I'm okay with claw machine.
Nice. I think so.
Yeah. It is a claw machine. Factually accurate. Confirmed. There is consensus. Cello is finding himself on the lurk. Yes, please.
Oh, he's looking for more.
Wow.
Ooh.
You can't give it up, man. Got to get that knife in there.
Let the little fish go to catch the big fish later.
Awkward.
Ooh, he's created an opening. Cello knows his and kills. Peter dead. Android in there. Oh, can he? Oh my God! How did he do that? Out comes the USP. Surely not.
Andy Royd.
How's he done that? How has that happened?
Cello deserved to win that round.
He did.
Andy Royd has been popping him.
Wow. Unfortunately, life doesn't go like that, Sean.
Man, what a great play from Cello. What an effort.
But I mean, this work from Android was really phenomenal. Just patient the entire time, very composed. Definitely a very, very nice play from him. And that will bring Complexity now to 14 rounds. To the 4 of Luminosity. They are struggling on the struggle bus. The bus of struggles. I don't know where it goes to, though. I don't know where the bus drives to, but...
Destination unknown. Like being of no fixed abode.
Didn't you say the tires were flat yesterday on the struggle bus, James? They were popped?
I do not recall. Potentially they were, yeah. It's in a state of disrepair, Sean. It's in a state of disrepair.
Pushing the top mid to take map control from Luminosity as they are also entertaining the idea of working Banana with the bomb. But there's 2 players for Complexity looking like they want to challenge. Slimmy and Def could absolutely ruin the round if they're able to get the kills here. But the smoke is down there to prevent vision. Although there will be some presence created by Nekus shooting his AK, but it is going to be A for Luminosity. They aren't leaving a single soul in Banana.
Down goes Cello. 4 players remain.
One-way smoke.
Oh, that's dodgy. He has reasonable cover as well, but got to be careful with the tracers. Is Android outstaying his welcome? He needs to reload. And this is such a slow, laborious push. Stuck in the choke point forever. It feels like Luminosity still there. Flashbangs. Now that goes PKO, but they're making a fight out of this. Def transferring. 6 HP. Showtime has to reload 16 seconds. And Slimmy can take it slow. Def can push the plant if he wants to. Slimmy will do the same. And there is match point for Complexity.
That one-way slowed them down so much. Like you said, it's crazy because when the push started, there were two players basically by the sandbags of Banana, and before it kind of like got from quad to the default plant spot, those players were like there. So that is insane.
And you can tell Luminosity accounts for that spot with a Molotov, and I mean, the smoke just puts out the Molotov, so they didn't really know how to deal with it. They just halted.
Yeah, that's the worst when you come across something and you don't have an answer for it. You can't figure that out on the fly. It's very difficult.
I think short on Inferno is one of the most brutal positions to be trapped on like that in terms of choke points. Showtime has had enough of this nonsense. I love the deep smoke grenade. There's a shallow one as well from a teammate already deployed. The deep one is a GG for the round, and Complexity will have no issue with giving this one up. They have an 11-round lead at the moment.
I feel like you usually get like one of these rounds a half where someone just entries twice and then the round's over on T side towards B. I feel like that kind of happens like once every match.
Yeah, I agree. And you really hope that it's going to happen on a round that's going to break the other team's economy. It's just, it sucks when you're in a situation right now where Luminosity's in, where I guess they have 3 guns. I wonder if Complexity's going to force up here with 3 guns. And a player that's going to be like 3-8, 3-9, 3-8.
Boom. And there it is.
I would think Complexity forces up here.
Bish bash bosh. Showtime in your biz. 15-5, Complexity storming forwards. They have an AWP on Peter. Are they going to be up to any shenanigans? I love some shenanigans. And yes, is the answer. Peter, actually, this is something that I've seen him do much in the past. He loves getting aggressive, and down apartments he goes. The pick does not fall his way. PKL with a solid peek, anticipating the aggression and having a great answer for it. And you get the boost as well. Active our Complexity, but the is there? No spot there from Ye.
Very difficult angle for both, it seems. Minute 13 on the clock. And unfortunately for Slemmy, he's on the wrong site to try to retrieve Peter's weapon, but that, of course, would have massive risk as well because of his exposed position. Minute mark and Luminosity is still going slow. No smoke grenades for Complexity here. So at least there's that in the favor of the Brazilians, as well as the man advantage and Slemmy being on the honest P250. Android looking away in case of a flashbang, perhaps, although he's the only person on the entire A side. So it is a B stack now for the CT side. So it seems he will withdraw. They will try to hold on to what they have just in case. If it's A, then it's A. We will stay on B.
I like this a lot from Complexity because this game is now 100% in from their perspective about their economy and not anything to do with Luminosity's economy. Luminosity, who cares? Complexity, they want to maximize the amount of buy rounds they have. That is the basic thinking here, and so I like that they do this because there is a lot of teams that will be like, yo, we're up so many rounds. Let's just fight. Let's just get kills. Just fight. Let's keep pressure up on the other team's economy. But in reality, that doesn't make sense right now. So
yeah, I think someone actually pointed this out like a long time ago. I want to say it was like NBK or something. Like they wish they would. Maybe it was like a Zeus or someone that they wish they would have just stacked sites because the team came back on them like at like 15-5. Because like think about it, like you're gonna get right eventually. Like eventually you're gonna get the right stack going.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you just save guns, and if they go the other side, you just get buy rounds for days.
I definitely think that there is like a level of sort of risk-based Counter-Strike that is sort of not being played to a certain extent with plays like that. We talked previously also about, you brought up about playing more players towards, I think you used Tyloo as an example, and by playing a lot of players towards B on Mirage, on the CT side, you know, just like sort of gamble stacking certain portions of the map in odd positions. And I think there's definitely merit to it. I think it's foolish to think that you can win 100% of rounds in Counter-Strike by being the better team.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes like it comes down to gambles and variance, and so you can create a lot of really good spots for yourself and really confuse teams.
Especially if you have like protocols. If you manage to create protocols out of those weird scenarios, like I mean, who knows? You might be able to. I'm just literally making something up. You might be able to make a setup on train where you can play the entire half with 3 guys pushing brown hall and 2 guys outside, like way back with ops. As long as you know what to do when the other team goes outside. Like,
Protocol is always a great discussion to have. And well, back into the match we are now, and Luminosity are looking to forge a way forward. They have the best tools to do so.
I had to learn about protocols when I was studying Cisco, TCP, UDP. It was great. I can't even remember what they stand for now.
Oh man, I knew what UDP was. Huh.
Rhetorical question. Wasn't even a question.
Yeah, but it's trivia, James. And you said it. I'm a nerd. I need to.
Fair enough. I can accept that. Moving away from B after some light presence. Luminosity, it seems A will be their focus. 50 seconds left, and Def is rotating towards the B bomb sites. Universal something? Universal data?
Dynamic Pro. Is it dynamic protocol? I think it's something dynamic.
I don't know if it was dynamic, because you wouldn't need receive receipts with UDP. You could just send.
Maybe I think of DNS dynamic.
27 seconds left for Luminosity to push. Android can stand on the bicycle if he wants to, perhaps. Oh dear, he thought he was safe. He wasn't safe. He wasn't out of jail. Luminosity are not done with this match just yet. Last 3 players for Complexity on Banana. Shall we look it up, Dan? Or do you want to guess?
I'm looking it up.
That's cheating. Is it Universal? I don't even know.
Universal Machine Pistol?
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm thinking of that, or Universal Soldier or something.
Universal
UDP. What was TCP? Transmission control or some crap? I don't know. I can't remember to save my life.
What, sorry? UDP?
TCP, both of them. I know what they do, but I don't remember what they stand for. I'm sure people are typing it in the chat.
Transmission control protocol.
Okay, I was right on that one. Transmission control. I feel like the U is universal, but I'm not sure on D being data for UDP. Come on, Dan. Why is it taking so long?
User datagram protocol.
User datagram.
Really?
Okay. Okay. 15 to 7.
We're not nerdy enough. We should know this.
I was halfway there. I did know it once, but you know me, memory,
oh my God,
don't sleep.
Domain name system, of course. Oh my God, I'm so stupid.
Oh, you forgot DNS?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm an idiot.
Well, use it or lose it, right?
I'm a plonker, James. I'm a plonker.
HTTP?
Stop making me get my phone out. Stop.
Hypertext Transmission Protocol.
What does this commentary become? Come on. Gotta rein this back in. Get it back on the tracks. Get the wheels back on the bus.
It's the information superhighway now.
Why are we on the bus now, James? Why are we joining them on the bus? Let's stop the bus. Right, so Luminosity working on map control. I guess, you know, to some extent, Inferno is a game of defaults. It is a game of defaults. And is there a... Okay, there is a flash there for Slemmy. What is the play here for Complexity, though? They'll rattle off some shots and finally fall back a little bit. Trying to bait out some additional grenades from Luminosity, who have ample. And it looks like they might want to set up for just a straight B play here. They don't have, they don't seem interested in any top mid control efforts. Complexity do not have information for this. They have no one checking this, so they won't know it's going to be a B play for sure just yet. And it's 30 seconds left, so looks like they're just going to hold. Okay, now finally Peter's rotating as the push comes in.
Must be so nervous these rounds for Luminosity. Def with AWP, Slemmy for the distraction. So far, so good. Really hard to peek this. He has to go wide, surely. Def wiping everybody out. Peter finishing things off 16 to 7 for Complexity. The lead was just too great.
Very well played by Complexity. An amazing T-side that essentially featured a very strong just spacing game. Just very strong spacing game, I would say. And they weren't respecting smokes, but they were doing it in the right way.
Yeah, it's really good to see, too, because, I mean, respecting the spacing and stuff like that and sticking to strats means you're respecting the calls of an in-game leader. So seeing that with like a substitute player in-game leading is really good to see actually out of Complexity. It shows the players have a lot of discipline and respect to Skulls.
It definitely bodes very well for their future that they are capable of this, and this is a strong basic to have. So it'll be really interesting to see how they match up against future opponents that they will be up against in the ECS, in this ECS season.
Yeah, really good stuff from Complexity. Nice to see Slemmy playing again. Nice to see a W on the board as well. Good stuff. And some great individual performances. Some highlights from Android X23. Good stuff. 16-7. We'll see more from both teams, Complexity and Luminosity, as this progresses, this league. And we can see the current standings. OMG, NRG have lost a game. 13-1. They've played more games than most. We'll see if anybody can catch up. Cloud9 have lost one game, and Rogue haven't lost one at all just yet. So we'll see how things progress again. It's been bumpy for SK in their first 4 games, but they've got 14 more games to play, so they could climb that ladder and make it to second place at the very least. Only time will tell. That's it for today's broadcast. We will be back tomorrow. One more day of Sean Grills and lots more days of Dan. We will see you back here tomorrow for Europe and North American Counter-Strike. Ciao.